Hey skiers, it's Bob with skiessentials.com.
And I'm Jeff. How's it going?
We are here for Top 5 Fridays once again.
I did it this time.
Yeah, you did. You said hi. You're figuring it out. I'll do the bulk of the driving again this week as Jeff has once again been diligently putting together ski test videos. And we're trying to get him as much time as possible to do that. A couple of housekeeping things. I'll let you take care of those sides before we get into the news here, Jeff.
Yep. So fairly obviously no ski test. I would hope that once we publish the ski test, it will be obvious that it has been published. I think it will. It generally is. So no ski test just yet. I did mention that there was a chance that would get kind of pushed into next week, and that is the case. We're shooting for Thursday with, unfortunately, again, no guarantees. I don't know how much we've ever really talked about this stuff. Our website platform changed significantly a little over a year ago. So that kind of made last year's ski test development publication a little bit of a challenge. Very, very time consuming.
Yeah.
I know you did a lot of that, just like crazy data entry, which wasn't fun at all. So we changed it again this year. And anytime you do that stuff, there's just a number of things that you need to figure out. But I'm very excited about it. The ski test is going to look incredible and very different than it has in the past. The content will be mostly the same, but the look will be a lot more visual, which, yeah, I think is cool. We've kind of had the same theme for at least the past 3 years, and really a similar theme in the entire history of the ski test. So yeah, we're getting there. The videos are coming together great too. I've crossed a threshold from, oh my God, this is a daunting task that is going to take me forever, to, oh my God, I'm almost done and these are so cool. So really excited to share all of those. And hopefully that is next week, next Thursday. And then, yeah, we've got some sales stuff going on. I believe this is all the same as last Friday, so we should have mentioned it there. Still doing free Phantom, so any 2025 ski or snowboard purchase will get free Phantom base treatment. We charge $200 for Phantom treatment, so it's a pretty significant value. Phantom's pretty cool. It's a waxless base treatment, makes your skis go faster than they would without wax, and you can wax on top of it too.
And it's interesting to see how that tech has developed. Like when we first got it, it was very like, well, I think you do it this way, and then you'll get best results this way. And now it's
pretty dialed now.
Pretty dialed, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're like a really techie person and you're like, oh, I don't need that because I wax my own skis, your skis will actually be faster with Phantom plus your wax, or at least they will be the same speed for a longer duration.
Yeah.
Something like that. So anyways, any 2025 ski or snowboard purchase gets free Phantom base treatment. That's at least going to run through the end of August. I think we're actually going to extend it like a week into September. I can't remember how those dates fall.
I mean, we're still getting our 2025 skis in, so it's
totally.
If people are waiting for a certain thing to show up, then yeah, give them some more time.
Yep, it does count for pre-orders too, which those should all be on the website. But yeah, like Fisher was getting unpacked today, and Rosignol and Dina Star is like sitting in pallets downstairs. So pretty cool. And then we're also doing a 10% off outlet, quote unquote, back to school sale. Bob, you raised an excellent point that you should buy your kids boot bags as their backpacks since it's a back to school promotion.
Or who doesn't need a Vocal Revolt 96 for back to school?
For the first day of school.
For $225.
Right, yeah. No, the theme of the sale is I guess funny considering we sell mostly skis, but yeah, 10% off outlet. And then Bob, one more piece of housekeeping news that I'll throw out there. Do you know what they can expect after the ski test is published?
Oh, I bet it has to do with a large wall of things.
A large wall of skis,
specifically.
So yeah, really like right after the ski test is published, we will start our comparison series. So with any luck, that will be, I have no idea what's the date? Is today the 16th?
You can anticipate the last week of August.
Yeah. Yep. You might
For
even
that
get
to
two in August.
Yep.
You
Wow.
also
Have
might
we done that before?
You also might not get any in August. So, but yeah, that's always really fun for me when we get the ski test published and then we go straight into comparison series. And that's it from me. I thought that was pretty good for having zero prep time.
You did great.
Thanks.
Like I said, Revolt 96, $225. The other one I pointed out, Montero AX 779.
Yeah, I saw. Every once in a while, I like to click through and see what people are buying, and somebody bought a Montero AX either yesterday or this morning at that price, and I was like, that's really good.
Yeah, I mean it's like almost $600 off.
Yeah,
$500 off. So
at least 500. Yeah,
it's a good way to get into a premium product.
Yep.
Good. Thanks for the housekeeping.
You're welcome.
On to the news. And we're going to talk about opening dates here, specifically from Vail Resorts. Information coming out from vailresorts.com and the Salt Lake Tribune here. Usually they're posting their opening dates about this time. Keystone, once again, leading the pack. They always shoot for that mid-October. Usually them and Arapahoe have kind of the Colorado first resort open. Although like every year there's like someplace in central Massachusetts open last year, or
I thought it was Wisconsin.
Someplace in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
like,
they were like first open of the season.
Yeah, there's always some kind of unsung resort that just pops open their magic carpet and they say first. But Keystone, Arapahoe, kind of the two big ones. So yeah, mid-October for Keystone, Breckenridge, November 8th, Vail Mountain, 11/15, and then a whole host coming online the following week, including Park City in Utah for 11/22. And kind of the news with them is that they have increased snowmaking capacity this year that allows them to kind of open up their early season terrain. And I kind of, I always get a kick of these, pictures and videos that we see in mid-November to early December of 7,000 people on 2 acres of skiing. And I think that Park City has kind of taken that to heart and said, okay, let's put in some upgrades and spread these people out.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see.
Stowe normally opening the week before Thanksgiving here where we are. They don't post that date, but it's been the case in the past.
Yeah, what's up with that?
That they don't say?
Yeah.
I know Matt says fear not. So
Matt is reassuring me that I should not be fearful of the Stowe opening date.
Not being published.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thanks, Matt.
Okay. Number 2 here, pretty interesting opportunity if you are of sound body here in, central northern Vermont. Trail trimming at Mad River Glen. Basically, they are looking for people to help cut their trails by hand using a scythe, not a backpack-oriented brush saw.
Seriously?
This is handwork. Yep. It is.
Can I bring my own weed whacker?
No, the whole point is that it's environmentally quiet.
My weed whacker runs on batteries.
Call them. That battery was mined by 7 million.
It already exists,
I know.
though. Fair enough. I understand where they're going. I didn't realize that was the case, though.
You could probably bring your own scythe if you want.
I feel like there's some risk there.
For bringing your own, or for having a bunch of people hacking away at trails on a steep mountain?
That part, yeah.
Well, that's their MO at Mad River.
Right. Yeah. What is their saying?
Ski it if you can.
Yeah.
Or
so trim it if you can.
Scythe it if you can. They must have bumper stickers for those that complete this 12-day
If they don't,
process.
that's a missed opportunity.
I know. So, 12 days equals the ski pass. You also get paid. So this isn't just a volunteer opportunity for a pass. So basically they get a bunch of people and you walk up in a line, like side by each, and you scythe your way up to the top, and then you take the chairlift down. And
do you remember how much you get paid?
No.
Or like how much the pass is?
No.
Okay. And it was like reasonable.
Yeah.
The amount that you were, because I did the math when I first saw this announced. And then recently I saw, I don't remember the guy's name, and if I did, I wouldn't call him out publicly on a YouTube video. But I saw on like a Facebook group thread, somebody, you know, as often happens on social media, people were just complaining. And somebody like did the math like I did.
Yeah.
And was like, well, I can go work at a call center and make more than that. And I was like, well, that sounds
sure.
Sure, yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. That sounds terrible. And
Yeah.
like, people go out and work on the mountain bike trails here in Stowe all the time and don't get paid at all.
Right.
Because they enjoy it and they like ride
Yeah.
those trails
It's
and they like are passionate about
Yep.
those trails. So it like blew my mind that somebody could exist on a skiing social media platform
Yeah.
and not even for a moment understand that it's not about the financial compensation of
Right.
trimming the trails at Mad River Glen.
Missed the point.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's like something that you tell your kids about. Like,
I used to cut
I
the
used
trails.
to trim the
Yeah.
Right. Like,
I mean, there's a sense of pride and community that you
100%.
cannot put a dollar value on.
100%.
So I
I
think
thought
that's
I wasn't necessarily surprised because
Yeah.
I spend enough time on social media
Oh,
that
sure.
I understand the general mindset.
Yeah.
But, anyways.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, I don't know if it's like unlimited. Like, what if they have 400 people show up and they get done in a day?
And they
I
all
doubt
get
they have 400
passes?
scythes, but they must.
You
The
can bring
scythe
it-
must be the limiting number.
So now you're not sure if you can bring your own.
I don't know.
Can I use a sword?
I think these are questions for the people at Mad River.
I didn't bring my phone.
No, that would have been a funny phone call. We had some
Hey.
questions.
Hey, I'm Jeff from Ski Essentials.
Yeah.
We're sitting here filming Top 5 Fridays. I don't know if you ever watch our program. Anyways, maybe next time.
Well, that's number 2. Pretty cool stuff from Mad River, keeping it local and whatnot.
Is this number 3?
That's number 3. It's a great way to kind of mash in our ski test, the 2025 Phantom Sale, and topic number 3.
Yeah.
It's a new ski from K2. It's Carl Fosfat's Pro model.
It's pretty legit.
This is the Reckoner KF. It's it's a pretty different ski than the rest of the Reckoners.
Yeah, it's like
certainly
can't really flex it.
It
here.
certainly falls into that category of being that free ride twin tip that we've talked about with Reckoners forever, but certainly with more of that athlete signature on it. So if you don't know Carl,
Heavier, too.
he's been on the scene for a while. I think like 2013, 2014 is when
Crazy Carl.
they started getting big, more parks and rails up to big mountain stuff.
Is every skier named Carl just like really talented and really strong? Because all the Carls that I know fall into that description.
I'll have to think about I'll have to go through my Carl contact list.
If any of you know a Carl, if you could let us know if they are
if they're good or
really
not.
good at skiing and
Yeah.
strong and aggressive.
2 times winner of Corbett's Kings and Queens.
Yeah.
And in developing this ski, the basic premise was he wanted a trampoline-like feel, similar to a skateboard with loose trucks, is what this Free Skier article was alluding to. And basically, the concept is you need a good balance point to be able to use that type of thing.
Yep.
So
Makes sense.
with that lighter weight and more flexible nature, it does take a balance point. And I think that that's an interesting concept with like pro model skis, is that these people,
They're really good at skiing.
they're really good and they design skis for what they want to do.
It's like all of Candide skis.
So
It's
like,
exactly how
yeah,
they are.
Carl skis, Candide skis. Coming up in our edits, we'll talk about some of the Armada athletes, but there's just a lot of kind of interesting innovation that comes along with an athlete's ski that works great for them and might not work great for somebody else.
Totally.
So it's always interesting to see what these athletes come up with for their pro models. Couple stats: 114 underfoot, multiple carbon applications. Basically, like everything
Wow.
that K2 does with carbon
Yeah.
gets put into this ski here. So a lot of carbon.
They threw the carbon kitchen sink at it.
They sure did. and pretty symmetrical in terms of shape, 137, 114, 134. So only a 3 millimeter drop tip to tail.
I know. As soon as I saw them, I felt like I wanted a pair.
Yeah.
And then I remembered where I live.
Right.
And how big this ski is. And I was like, I think I'll just ski a Reckoner 102.
Yeah, it's probably a better choice. But pretty cool article, just kind of going through the development of a pro model from freeskier.com on Carl's new ski here. So that'll be in our ski test, and we'll probably find its way into a comparison as well.
Yep, definitely.
Good job, Carl. And now we've got that kind of allusion to the Armada athletes, Henry Carlo and
Phil Casabon.
Phil Casabon, thank you. So B&E Ski is a new video game in development. This is on newschoolers.com. And what it reminded me of, if you click on the YouTube link for this, it becomes a little bit more clear what you're looking at. It reminds me of like a video game version of Candide's One of Those Days, where you just have this open area to ski as you please, basically.
Can we just please build it on the skate engine?
So I know that you're more of a gamer than I am. My video game knowledge is definitely more in the Nintendo era.
Fair enough.
How does a game like this, how does it get to a platform? Like, are you going to be able to use a PlayStation?
Probably.
Okay.
At least a PlayStation controller.
Yeah. But like, how do you get the game? Like, I know I'm showing my age here. Like, do you download it or
Yeah.
do you buy it?
No, you'll download it.
Okay.
Yep, and it might just be a PC thing.
Yep.
But it's generally these days pretty easy to plug a PlayStation controller into a computer.
Yep.
And use that if you want to.
Do they even plug in, or aren't they all wireless now?
You gotta charge them.
Okay.
So like they plug in through
Gotcha.
USB, and then like mine break. I don't really know why. So then they often are plugged in. I don't really game that much.
It's because you're gaming so hard.
I feel like I should throw that out there. I used to a lot. I do have an Astro C40 something that I should definitely spend too much money on at some point in my life. But no, I mean I would definitely play this. I will definitely play it. So it's exciting for me. And I don't know who knows if any of you have played skateboarding or skiing or snowboarding video games, but I feel like among the people who have, the general consensus is that skate is the best, mostly from like their physics engine.
Yeah.
It just like makes sense, and like rotational axis makes sense, where a lot of these games like the rotation doesn't make sense.
So like a Tony Hawk.
Kinda. That's that would be like the traditional example.
Okay.
But what is the shred, or I'm completely blanking. There's a guy that like has a successful YouTube channel. Steep. So that game's Steep. Like it's like cool.
I think Matt had mentioned that in the article. I didn't know what it was, so I didn't include it.
He probably did. So like Steep is cool in a lot of ways, but like the physics don't really make sense.
Yeah.
And it just like it can be frustrating trying to do tricks that are possible in real life on some of these games, because you're like, no, that's not what that's supposed to look like. Anyways.
Well, Jeff,
interesting tangent we just went on. Physics
aside and platforms aside, you will be able to use one of two avatars here. Phil is represented by a ninja-themed basset hound, and Henrik is replaced with a green gremlin.
Yeah, I don't understand. I'm confused.
You can choose one of those two players for this video game.
Yeah, I'm confused about that too. I need to do more research into this game.
It looks very much in development stage.
Yes.
So
there's also like not that much money behind.
Yeah.
Or there's like not that much money to be made.
I wouldn't expect to play it
limits
tomorrow.
No.
Okay. Edits of the week. Some fun ones this week. We have a preview of TGR's Beyond the Fantasy. So big budget, big mountains. You know, this is kind of the higher end of kind of premier ski movies coming out these days. Number 2, Anna Demont sets the record for a Mount Blanc round trip, so up and down. That's a RAB equipment
That's
video.
so wild.
7 minutes long, really cool, like cinematography and how they kind of superimpose the route like, onto the on the screen. I thought that was really
For a
fun.
second, I thought you were saying that it took her 7 minutes. And
It was real
I was like,
fast.
no, it's 100%
No.
not accurate. You wrote down the wrong information.
Just a 7-minute video. I think they cram a lot in there. Number 3, Swiss free ski team at Zermatt last month. I always think it's interesting just watching like the mountains last month, which
Yep.
I don't know, but cool skiing from those pro skiers there. And number 4, this is a 10 out of 10 video here. It's about 20 minutes. World's Greatest Pond Skim. Second week in a row, Rise and Alpine featured in Top 5 Fridays edits.
Sweet. Perhaps this will become a trend.
This is a fantastic video.
Awesome.
Some of the comments, someone referred to it as a Ski Bro Letterkenny video. I don't know if you're familiar with Letterkenny, but
I am. I'm not an expert.
okay. And I kind of had the impression that it was more like a ski version of Whistling Diesel. Do you know Whistling Diesel?
Again, yes. Again, also not an
The
expert.
guy that like crashes all the trucks and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I've actually been meaning to watch them test the Cybertruck because that keeps getting recommended to me.
It is very good. But yeah, that mixed with Jackass. So
Okay.
really, really fun stuff.
I'm getting a sense of what the picture that you're painting here.
Yeah, and 10 out of 10. One of my favorite things I've seen recently.
If it's not obvious already, I came into this video extremely unprepared. So I didn't know what any of these were.
Well, you've got 20 minutes to set aside for you tonight to watch this video.
I don't have 20 minutes to set aside.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe. Unlikely.
But
This was my 20 minutes to set aside.
Yeah, gotcha. I definitely am enjoying that Rise and Alpine channel more and more.
Yeah, no, he's great.
Stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for Top 5 Fridays. I'm out next week. I'm heading to Sebago Lake in Maine with the family.
You're giving the location away?
Well, it's a big place. I'm going to be fishing. No one's going to bother me. No, the girls love fishing, so we'll be doing a lot of that and kind of milling around. So.
Yeah, well, have fun in my stomping grounds.
Yep, thank you. Good luck next week.
Thanks.
But yeah, that's it for Top 5 Fridays. Thanks so much for joining, and we will talk to you soon.
Have a fantastic weekend.